Good morning again, Timbers. As I said in the welcome and call to worship, I'm going to try to fill in the beginning of the service or the sermon and sharing that got missed in the recording. We've been calling this Sunday our Kickoff Sunday, and I hope you've come wondering what's going on this fall. I've been wondering what's going to go on this fall for a while and prayed quite a bit into that. And as I prayed, God kept bringing to mind the story that he has written with us and walked with us so far in more recent years. And the many times that he has proved faithful and good and the ways that he has provided. And so I think about before I came to this church, and Timbers went through a very difficult season involving a church split and a whole bunch of stuff and all the pain that goes with that. And that is the kind of event that can easily end the life of a church. And yet God carried Timbers through, brought amazing people together to keep going and to keep pursuing him. He showed his goodness and his faithfulness. Shortly thereafter, Timbers faced some serious financial troubles. And again, God was faithful and God provided. And we have seen the goodness and reliability of God. Not only that, though, as I continued to think about this story and about what God was doing, I also realized that part of what we have been learning is that when we seek God and make space for him to speak, he does so. He meets us and he guides us and he shares and he answers our prayers. So in the midst of the financial difficulties, the board, myself included, agreed to fast and pray together to seek God and what he would have us do in the midst of that season, in the midst of difficult decisions, and also to seek him for his provision. And God was incredibly faithful. He answered and he provided and he met us as we fasted and prayed. Similarly, you may know that prior to COVID, we began a discernment process around our vision and our mission and our values. And that process started out really well. The congregation was involved. It was moving at a good pace, and things were. It was exciting. Now it continued to be exciting, but COVID came along and paused everything for a couple months. And when we reconvened to continue that process of discernment, we as a discernment team really felt like we hit a block, we hit a wall, that we were not making any progress. We met several times and we got nowhere. And so, like the board, the discernment team agreed to pray and fast together to seek God in the midst of our discernment. Once again, God was faithful to meet us and answer us. Initially, not in answering our particular questions. So first we decided to fast and pray, and we came back and realized that some of us had never really fasted before or done discernment in this way. So we had to have some conversations about how does this work and what are we doing? Then we went off, we did it again, we came back, and we had all heard from God, but none of us had heard from him on the issues that we were seeking discernment. God had met us in other ways. It was really good, and so we fasted and prayed some more, and then God began to speak to us around the issues of discernment, once again showing how when we make space and we seek him, he is faithful and he shows up. I'm going to stop there. I'm pretty sure I went a little further than the video that is about to start. So it's going to pick up in the middle of what I just shared, and then you'll be able to continue from there.